What's up, Yoon-Fam? It is I,
Mark Yoon.
In today's video, I want to talk about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and something I've seen from a lot of people in the community. And that is, should there be allowed a weaponless or bare knuckle, or however you want to say it, just a Kempo style martial artist or fighter in Soul Calibur. I have seen a lot of arguments from different sides. Some people saying no, it's a weapons-based fighter purely, so we shouldn't allow any non-weapons. Then I've seen people say, well, we can do something like the Greaves Edge that we had in like Soul Calibur 3, or something similar to that. But I think we've had plenty of time and plenty of games to think about this, and there's a few reasons why I think we should be allowed to have one. The primary reason being that Create a Soul is a big part of the entire franchise. It's a huge staple of the series. It's something that Soul Calibur probably wouldn't be able to live without in this day and age. We've had it implemented since Soul Calibur 3, and I don't think that the game would be what it is without Create a Soul. I know a lot of people even play the game specifically for that reason alone. Now, obviously, this will probably annoy some of the other people who are in it just for the competitiveness, or for the people who want to just play online or whatever, but there's a lot more aspects to the game, and I see those arguments. I do see that it is a weapons-based fighter, but we had Devil Jin in the past, and he was pretty much hand-to-hand. There's a lot of characters that are similar in nature to that we could have as guest characters that we've talked about, such as like Kiryu from Yakuza series, and you know, there's a plethora of them out there. I personally really want to see a weaponless fighter in the game as someone in the main roster, just because of the fact that I would love to create characters using the creation engine without having to be, you know, bogged down by a weapon. Like, let's say you want to create, I mean, this depends also on whether your creation style is, because I know a lot of people create original OCs, and that wouldn't really matter to them too much unless they want to create just like a, you know, a basic Kempo style fighter. But those of us who create actual pre-existing characters, people like Dark Nemesis, people like Solar Flare 95 and KittyMeowser Gaming, I know, Pausa as well, I know a lot of those people actually use pre-existing characters for the basis of their creations. And for me personally, I do it as well. There's characters that I created in 5 that I absolutely cannot create in 6, not only because of the lack of parts that we had, or the lack of functionality that 5 allowed us to do, the limitations given to us by 6's engine, but also the fighting style. Like, I'm not going to create Superman and then have him running around with, like, you know, Gro's rock sword thing. I just think it would be silly to see him running around with a weapon, period. I created Batman, and that lends a little bit more credence because he obviously uses a lot of weaponry and stuff in his day-to-day, so that obviously doesn't make sense. And I know creation of the series is not like for everybody's like specific reason why they're in the series in the first place, and I can totally feel you guys on that one. If you just like it because it's a weapon-based fighter, and there's plenty of other fist-to-fist fighters out there, such as Street Fighter and Tekken and whatnot, I can totally understand your point of view on that. I just think that because this game relies so heavily on the creation aspect of it, and they use it in their story mode and stuff, it can give us a lot more to do if we actually have like a weaponless fighter. And the weaponless fighter that I'm talking about would kind of be similar to just like a traditional karate or some other martial art that doesn't utilize any weapons. Something akin to having, like, let's say a Kazuya in the game, or like Jin, not the devil variation, but his normal Jin Kazama. Something like that. I just think that I don't want to say that like the people that want it deserve it kind of thing, because I think it would just be like well utilized. I think it would add diversity to the play style, and we'd see a lot more variation in people using different techniques. We have people that are pretty much that close range anyway as it is, like Taki and Maxi. You got to get pretty close to those characters for them to be effective. Like, they don't have very long hitbox ranges with their weapons, unless you're using like Taki's like kunai throw that gets in close, or something similar to that. Even Talum actually seems almost hand-to-hand as it is. And I know that she's got some certain like weapons where she charges up that tornado blast and things of that nature, but when you're actually in close and fighting with her, she seems like she's hand-to-hand. This isn't like a requirement or a must for me to keep enjoying the series. It's just something I would like to see, something I think would be fun and would help me out with creating characters and putting myself more in the game. Just a little bit more, I guess, variation to the gameplay style. It would definitely change up the meta if you have somebody that's hand-to-hand. Now, there could be ways around this, but I mean, like, there'd obviously be disadvantages if you're talking about like weapon reach and things of that nature, but that's already, like I said, already there. It's hard to get around Ivy's range when she can just like throw her sword into the ground and have it like come up halfway across the screen, if not the entire screen. Same way with, you know, any of the Great Blade styles like Nightmare, or I was gonna say Cloud, or Siegfried. There's already characters that have like way more range than other characters in the game, like the characters I mentioned before, like Maxi and Taki, Talim. Kilik is one of these, Sungmina is one of these. They have huge range when it comes to their weapon, and maybe they have damage reduction based on that weapon range, but there could be also balances done to any kind of like regular style. Like, how about if you want to get in close and you're trying to play keep away, what about a dragon kick where you do a flying kick across the screen, or an aerial attack where you do a flip into the air and then dive kick down, or even a running sweep kick like we see the characters using Tekken whenever you use a running and a kick melee. There's a lot of ways that you can actually close that gap, and I think it would be interesting to see. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Would you like to see a weaponless fighting style? And if so, or if not, can you please give me your reasons so we can start a conversation based on that? And you can also jump into my Discord, with the link is in the description box down below. We can keep it going there. But that's all I got for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow, and as always, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.